Welcome back, my name is Carrie, and today I've got some big important news for prefab homes and the people interested in buying one. The prefab home industry has been extremely fascinating to watch lately as offsite construction evolves and shakes up the way homes are built. There are new companies entering the space, existing companies expanding production, and it seems like there are more people taking interest in options being built partially or completely away from the job site. Don't get me wrong, homes built off-site still make up a very small percentage of overall homes built, but you know what that means. Lots of room to grow. I often hear in the comments from people tuning into the channel looking for prefab home options that they're struggling to get what they want. One of the most common issues is proximity. Like they find something they love in San Diego but reside in Butte, Montana. Big news, folks, there's a new factory incoming that'll be servicing an entirely new part of the country. And if that doesn't make you want to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, well, I don't know what will. The company I'm talking about is California-based Dvele with a massive new factory in the works that could break ground as early as this summer. What I'm going to do is tell you about the new factory and what I think it means for prefab home buyers in America. Dvele is a California-based prefab home company building what I think are some of the best looking homes currently available. They were founded in 2018 around the idea that home is the nucleus of a well-functioning society. They say by creating better homes, we can create a better future for our children. They've got a line ranging from mini homes to almost 4,000 square footers and everything in between, but more on that later. It was recently reported that Dvele is planning to build a 450,000 square foot facility in Butte, Montana, with a projected price tag of a whopping $80 million. I'm going to risk stating the obvious here, but 450,000 square feet is massive. For reference, the boxabl factory is 175,000 square feet, and the factory plant prefab is currently putting the finishing touches on is 270,000 square feet, so this is going to be an absolute unit. Apparently, construction on the new facility could be underway as early as this summer on 60 acres of land and is projected to take 18 months, which means we could have a new factory by the start of 2025. I tried to get my mitts on renderings of the new facility, but to no avail, so here's one I did up in kid pics. It's not to scale. After the initial shock of the size of the new factory wore off, my first thought when I heard the location was, why Montana? Nothing against Montana, I was just genuinely curious because it's not an area I've seen a lot of new factories being built. In a city commission meeting in Butte, a representative from Dvele by the name of McGee noted proximity to interstates, economic incentives, and the people. I don't know much about Butte. Actually, nothing to be exact, but they're in a bit of a pocket close to quite a few major centers with high home prices that would likely benefit from another housing option. They're 241 miles from Boise, Idaho, 356 to Calgary, Canada, how are ya? And under 600 to Seattle, Portland, Edmonton, Vancouver, and Denver. The founders of Dvele are from Canada, so I hope they plan to build for both sides of the border. The location definitely makes that a possibility, so fingers crossed. I'm firmly in the camp that the more options people have for prefab homes, the better, so I was really excited to hear about the expansion because if you're at all familiar with what they're building, they've got some great designs. The facility is set to be located at the Montana Industrial Park in Silver Bowl County. They're projecting it will employ 300 people on site by the second year of operation and 500 the year after that. Pretty nice score for Butte if you ask me. On top of that, apparently they're planning to have housing for employees, on-site daycare, and a 20,000 square foot training facility. In the presentation, McGee said you would get 3 months in a classroom of training, 3 months building every piece of the module, and then you would pick your specialty in the last 3 months. It's a cool idea and a way to make sure everyone building their homes knows exactly what they're supposed to be doing before they hit the factory floor. Where things really get interesting is what they're planning to build in the new factory. In their presentation, apparently there was an emphasis on affordable workforce housing. McGee said workforce housing is something that has been missing all over the United States of America, and it has put us in what I believe is a crisis of housing. Further on in the article, he's quoted again saying, "We're talking about building a product that is approximately 30 to 40% less expensive than the homes you see in those markets that are being built." Those are the kind of numbers people are going to be able to get on board with. Here's the thing, it doesn't matter what I post about, the main concern for people is always how much, and that's fully justified. For most of us, whether you own or rent, a home is our biggest expense, so if Dvele can build for 30 to 40% less, people are going to be quite pleased. I just found out about this factory about a week ago, and already I have so many questions. You got to think that the cost of doing business in Montana is going to be considerably less than their current operation in California, but I also wonder if they're going to be introducing a completely different product line geared more towards the every person. At this point, all I really know for sure is what they're offering now. Let's have a look at what they got. Right now, Dvele has a very sharp line of modern homes, and it'll be interesting to see what they build in Montana. Even if different, I think it's pretty safe to assume they'll have at least some resemblance to what they're currently building. Before we go any further, I think it's worth mentioning that Dvele isn't the cheapest option. They know it, and they aren't trying to be the cheapest option. It says right on their website, cheap isn't the way, yada yada yada, new solutions are needed to change the housing crisis. Speaking from experience, I used to buy the cheapest ginch available, and it wasn't until I started shelling out a few extra bucks on sacks that my eyes really opened to this concept. Don't sleep on quality, folks. Dvele recently launched a new website, and it says their homes are produced in 16 weeks start to finish, 50% faster than stick-built construction, and are up to 30% less to own due to the high quality building materials and methods. I've looked at their homes and plans many times, and a few definitely stand out to me. One of my all-time favorite designs they've got going is the cottages they're building for Camp Truckee over up at Lake Tahoe. But I do really like their standard plans as well, and we need to see what might be available in Montana. The first plan I really like is called the Fernie. It's a 705 square foot home with dimensions of 15 feet wide by 45 feet long, and the modern look that I think looks sweet. It has the living room on the front, followed by the kitchen, laundry, bathroom, and bedroom. I'm a fan of this layout, and it would work well for me, but I know there are people out there after larger options. For what I would consider a mid-size home, one of my favorites in their quiver is the Finley. The Finley is an offset home 45 feet long by 39 feet wide for a total footprint of 1,167 square feet, in which they fit 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. What I like about this plan is they've split the spaces into 2 sections. The main part of the home has a wide open kitchen and living room space with the main entrance and glass doors on the front. The main area is going to be flooded with natural light, which I think is a key factor in any home. The other half of the home is where they've got both bedrooms and the bathroom. This layout is actually pretty similar to what I live in now, and I like it. The third plan I want to look at today is an option for people who want or need even more space and like a 3rd bedroom and 2nd bathroom, which is a lot of people. People love a good 3-2. The plan is known as the Beaufort, and again has offset ends to give it a bit more pop. A lot of the designs from Dvele that are more than one module tend to have an offset end, and I think it definitely improves the look. Instead of a plain old rectangle, their homes have a bit more going on with the shape, and it gives them some personality. The Beaufort is 57 feet long by 31 feet wide for a total footprint of 1,553 square feet. I like this plan for a family. The main bedroom is on the front half of the home with the living room and kitchen, while bedroom 2 and 3 are on the back half with a shared bathroom. The kitchen has a massive island, a sliding glass door, and plenty of cabinet space. The Beaufort has a proper entry with room for shoes, jackets, and whatever else you might want to leave by the front door, which I think is really important to a lot of people in climates that get rain and snow, like some of the areas surrounding Butte, Montana. I like this floor plan a lot. It might be my favorite in the entire Dvele line, so the question becomes, what are they going to build out of the new factory? This new factory is an exciting development for the entire prefab home industry, but will need some follow-up as things progress because I've still got a lot of questions. Are they going to be building the exact same homes out of the new factory, or will Dvele Montana offer something completely different with a focus on workforce housing? If the same homes are built out of both facilities, will there be a cost difference between factories? Finally, I'm curious to hear whether or not they'll be shipping homes up into Canada. I guess we'll have to stay tuned. Dvele has plans to build an $80 million, 450,000 square foot modular home factory in Butte, Montana. This is big important news for people in and around Montana who have been interested in prefab homes but haven't been able to find a style they like that's close enough to ship. I get excited anytime a new factory is purpose built because I like to see what kind of tech and automation is included, so I'll definitely be following along with what they're up to and posting updates right here on my YouTube channel. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.